62 years ago, my parents gave me the name Ulf Bjørnar Michaelsen. Do you know what it means? It means wolf, the man who fights the bear, son of the fox. Bygda våres, eller øya om du vil, kalt Kjerringøy. Kjerringøy, øya for kvinnfolk. Men det her ordet kjerring blir jo noen gang brukt for å beskrive kvinnfolk på en negativ måte. Så du kan jo si at jeg samtidig ønsker deg velkommen til helvetes kjerringøy.
Om du var vaken skulle jag ge dig allt det där jag aldrig ger dig. Men jag ger dig min morgon, jag ger dig min dag.
The Norwegian way of living, I guess people are more active in the nature. I would start every morning with a swim in the sea. Feels like, let's say, 15 cats and dogs are biting you in your feet when you go into the water. But then comes this explosion of heat in your body after that, giving you a very good feeling of energy and just preparing my body for working. The Nordlandsbåt is not the best sailboat in the world, best boat for rowing or for fishing, but traditionally in the 18th century, when this was very popular, one of the best combinations, been for many years a symbol of the typical North Norwegian. Today, we are something like 7-8 persons in northern Norway who still try to live of this traditional boat building. And depending on what people want and what kind of interest they got, you can build this quality into the boat. I think it's a bit typical for the people in the north. It should be a bit prettier than the neighbors, just to show them, look at me and my boat. I guess I've been more or less connected to the sea and to boats since I was very, very small. My father was a skipper, so he was the man coming home with a sack. I didn't know there was mostly his underwears. I believed it was filled with oranges and fruit, because every time I came in, the first thing I got was an oranges. Every year, every summer or early autumn, I use some days going in the woods looking for root branches. You need 6 roots to build a boat traditionally. Because very often they don't fall exactly where you want them, because normally they stand between a lot of other trees. I have to cut down the tree it's landing against. And just be careful and run.
Men det var höjt till sina
From the end of November to the end of January, we can't see the sun where we are living in Kjerringøy. I tried to live in the south of Norway for once almost 3 years, but every time I came north again, I felt almost religious. And my mind opened, and the smell, the air, the light, and I think people who is born here and live with these changes, they love the changes. The smaller boat, it's fantastic to row them. You feel that you use no force or no power at all. And feel that the boat is part of yourself. And under sail, it's a magical, good feeling. We have in this part of northern Norway this polar low pressure. To sail an open boat like Nordlandsbåt, you ought to know not only about the boat but on the weather conditions that can establish very rapidly. You have no warning. But I know the weather is unstable and there are people out sailing in the boat that I feel a bit worried.
Ja, nei, sett i ro, sett i ro, sett i ro. Sit down, relax.
Fuglar flyr höjt över vann och höjt över träbåten. På fjorden sitt nyborna dansegum ligger en naken och fin. Här ror alena med ryggen till det svean dit ska dra. Jag ser kun en stripe i vattnet där kora var. Jag har ror på jubelant.
To say that the young girls working in a store close to my boat buildery earned twice the amount of money I do as a boat builder. I made a decision not to earn a lot of money, but to do what I really wanted to do. And but I think in my way of living, let's say I feel quite happy about my life. I'm quite sure there will be some crazy young man like I was 30, 40 years ago who want to learn more about Nordlandsbåts, taking care of the tradition for the future so that it don't die totally out.
Här ror alena med ryggen till det svean dit ska dra. Jag ser kun en stripe i vattnet där kora var. Jag har ror på jubelant. Och jag minns sig nu den dagen att
Oh, no, not yet. No, wait.
Nu finner man här bland holmar och skär.
Yeah, that's fine.
Med torna och vindsjö vid ord. Jag ser kun en stripe i vattnet där kora bor.
Nej, det var det fel. We have to take it once more. I got out of the text.